We in the office.
There's a price you pay for the game you play.
Oh. We in the office. Oh.
Yo, what's going on with your family? I hope everybody's doing all right, because I know we feeling great.
Yeah, man.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
It's a beautiful morning.
Today we got a special episode for you guys, man. Today we're going to be talking about what makes a good man.
And honestly, this has been something that, we have had a request for. Me personally, I've heard so many times you should do a boot camp, won't. And it's like, that ain't really, what we aiming for. But at the end of the day, we here to make you better. You understand? So, welcome back to Say It How You Feel. I'm Mo.
I'm Free.
And I'm Say.
And also, this episode is I'm Him.
So, what do you think are some strong attributes that make us good men?
I could say patience.
Patience?
Yeah.
Okay. My biggest things about what I feel like constitutes a good man is providing and protecting. That's my sole purpose for every move that I make. Is to make sure that I provide for my family and make sure that they are protected.
Facts.
In every facet of the word.
Facts.
That should be the core attributes of a good man, is making sure that your family's safe, knowing that they can rely on you if shit hits the fan.
Facts.
So,
well, this episode is called, I Am Him, because all of us here are good men. And I know for a fact that we're like, to find a good man, especially in today's society, is extremely difficult. And one of the biggest things that I pride myself on is like honesty. Besides protecting, besides providing, it's being honest. Because a lot of people, especially when dealing with women, they're not getting the truth, right? And that's one thing. And sometimes, when you're up front, when you're being honest, sometimes they don't want to hear the truth. And when I say they, I'm just saying the people that you're dealing with in a sense.
Significant other.
Correct. Because I've had plenty of situations where I'm kicking it, I'm being honest, and I'm like, yo, what the shit is from the beginning, right? And then we go, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months into relationship, and they're just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, but you knew what it was from day one. Do you have a right to be upset at that point if I was honest with you and forthcoming with you?
I mean, at this point, back in my single days, I done honestied my way out of some pussy. Being too honest, and then fucked up the whole thing. Like, she don't even want to fuck with you no more. And that's okay. If this ain't for you, this ain't for you. Right. It is what it is. So definitely honesty is a great quality and being a man, and being a real, like a good man, because what you got to lie for?
Right.
Facts.
Once you get caught lying, man, like everything that you say from this point forward would be questionable. It wouldn't be as it wouldn't hold any weight in the eyes of your
start breaking that
other.
trust.
Facts.
And not only that, it gets even worse, where they'll start questioning things that you did in the past. They'll start questioning the entire foundation of your relationship just off of all of that would be breached by not being honest.
Right. There's if there's like no truth, right? If there's no honesty, there's no relationship.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
There's no trust.
There's no trust. That's it. It's done, and it's a big factor. But that's not the only thing that makes up a good man, right?
Yeah.
It's also how to understand and communicate.
Yes, communication is key. I'm talking that
paramount.
Is probably
that's paramount.
The most vital portion of any relationship. But what being a good man translates to, and that whole communication aspect of thing, is being honest with your feelings. I know it sounds like some soft shit, it sounds like some sensitive shit, but that's real truth. Is you being honest and standing behind your feelings. And when it comes to the communication aspect of standing on your word, my nigga, like if you bout that, practice what you preach.
Right.
A
lot of men, a lot of people. We were talking about men, but a lot of men out there, they'll say one thing, but their actions are not matching.
It'll show something else.
Right. I mean, I think I pride myself on, like, yo, if I'm saying something, I'm not doing it, please let me know. That's not me.
Exactly.
And same goes for y'all too, man. Like, I can't ever remember a time where y'all was like, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and don't come through, unless there was a legitimate reason as to why you could not. That's different. But a lot of these dudes, I feel like also a lot of these dudes today, either they moving different because they want to, or they have some type of ulterior motive, or it just is what it is. They don't care. But at the end of the day, like, this goes into the healing and the hurting and all other shit that comes with not being honest, not being right, not being stand up. And I will also say this, for the right one, there's nothing a person would not do.
Exactly.
So all that shit ties into just being a good, decent human fucking being.
Yep.
And when we talk communication, we talk about standing on your word, being truthful, and all that shit. But it's also a two-way street. Listening is paramount, and not listening with an intent to respond, but listening with an intent to understand. Take that shit in, let that shit swirl around for a second before you decide to open up your mouth with whatever bullshit rebuttal you got coming out. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like, I'm just some perfect nigga. Nobody's perfect, and for us to get to the level of, I guess, man that we are, it took a lot of experience. It took a lot of bullshit that you done had to deal with through past relationships.
Yep.
Also, like me in this relationship, I've grown so much in this relationship, because I felt like I wanted to be what she deserved. And that turned me into him. Like, you can't tell me I'm not that nigga.
Right.
In all honesty, like, it is what it is. I ain't the best looking nigga. You know what I'm saying? But shit, fuck you.
What the fuck did I do? I ain't do nothing.
He got defensive.
Bro, I didn't. You see this shit? I didn't say nothing, bro. All I did I was quiet. What the fuck did I do?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, but I hold it down. You know what I'm saying? We and I could say that about both of these gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are genuinely good men.
Yeah.
Now, where did you get your the framework for being a real, genuine, good man?
I got mine from my
father as well.
My grandfather.
See, all father figures.
Mhm.
That's not a coincidence.
Nope,
And
not
in
at
order
all.
to be a good man, you must be surrounded by a good man, or must be groomed by a good man. You must understand, how to treat a woman and how to do certain things. Now, again, like he said, we are not perfect by no means. Far from it.
And neither
In
were
either stretch of
our
imagination.
mentors. The
Right.
men that we looked up to, they
They
weren't
weren't
perfect,
perfect
man.
Exactly.
You know?
They were not.
But there are certain things that I do believe, regardless of their faults, to find faults, there are certain things that a man does where, like, I see how this motherfucker moving. However, he's there for his kids.
Mhm.
He's there. He's still supporting, he's still supporting his kid's mother, or he's still giving that, that type of support when needed. Not saying you have to be with them, but like support when needed. And you're not bad mouthing, if you do have like a kid, baby mom, whatever, you're not bad mouthing her. And it's just it's a process that goes with that.
Mhm.
And a lot of times it's like how you go about things.
So I learned from the shortcomings of the men in my life that I looked up to, because it wasn't just my grandfather. I had my father, I had my uncles, I had older cousins who I looked at and looked up to, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the biggest thing, one of the biggest aspects of me becoming the man I am is looking at the women in my life as well, between my mom, my grandmother, my aunts, the men that they had around, and the way that they felt around the men that they had in their lives also shaped, how I looked at it. Like, when I'm a grown up, when I'm a man, when I'm a husband, this is the way my wife is going to feel. I'm going to make sure she feels this way.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
Facts. That's a huge part of it.
exactly. You look at the women in your life and just you want to be better than the generation before you.
You should want to be better.
You should want to.
You should, because some people don't. Some people don't care about shit like that. They love following, the history.
Be just like my daddy.
Right. But I mean, a lot of things that don't get talked about, like, no one's telling you in school. And I also think society has a huge role in this, right? No one's teaching. Most schools and most places are not teaching children or young men how to be men, right? And y'all can let me know if you disagree with this. But in school, no one's telling you, you should be doing this or you should move this way, because the way things are set up now is you have gender roles, or you have certain type of stereotypes that they don't want to push on people. So, like, how does one find their way to be genuine? Because all we really have in society is like having very polygamous relationships and all types of other shit like that. It is polygamous, right?
Yeah, that's where it's more than just the two.
Yeah.
I look at things like when we talk about kids coming up, is just like we stated. You teach your kids how to be whatever role you want them to play in society at home.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if you want your son to be out here in these streets and not giving a fuck about nothing, you know, that starts at home. You know, you let the TV raise your kids, and that's what they're gonna come out to be. It takes time, it takes work, it takes effort. I spent countless hours with the men that I look up to. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was just taking a ride, me and my grandfather going fishing type shit, it was just having a positive male role model to look up to. And what's so fucked up about this generation coming up, and you know, men nowadays, some men nowadays, is they don't have a positive male role model. And I feel like that has a huge impact on the quality of man that you are. You know, ain't nobody told you was a dickhead. You didn't have a man tell you, nigga, you fucking up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Your mama made you soft. And you expect your woman to be your mom. And that's not the way shit goes. That ain't her responsibility to raise you, nigga. She not supposed to be taking care of you, bro. Unless you holding shit down at the crib, but that's a completely different fucking story. It's like a lot of niggas don't take personal responsibility because they have been coddled their whole life. This whole participation trophy bullshit and it spoiled a lot of niggas. A lot of you niggas got the game fucked up.
Talk to him.
Preach.
You know, and it ain't like as I said,
No shots being thrown.
no shots being thrown. But as I said yesterday, the game is to be sold, not to be told. And I'm giving this out for free, so you better take notes.
Yep.
Sometimes a man's worth is measured by a man's work. So if you don't, I'm not talking work as in like you going to a job, but and you know bringing home money, but you know having patience, having understanding that when you become a man and you have responsibilities like having kids or just being holding the household down, that's the work I'm talking about. Having that patience, having that understanding to communicate with your kids, lead them in the right way. Also balancing, keeping your significant other happy as well, and communicating with them. Understand, like we're different. We're all different individuals, but and we can all be stuck in our own ways. But for you to drop your pride and sometimes you don't like you said, Mo, you don't have to talk. Listen. Like my father always told me, use your close your mouth and open your ears.
They say you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should be listening twice as much as you talking.
Exactly.
You cannot be listening if you're talking.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Facts.
You know,
I also do believe though, like for those, let's say people that don't have a family, right, or you don't have like a significant other, you don't have any kids, right. There's also a lot of people out there that just they don't move the way they should be moving as a man, right? Like you talked about, your word should be a big thing, right? Also, if you're trying to find yourself in this world, right? How you carry yourself is tremendous. How you talk to people is tremendous. And if you can break down and understand where someone's coming from, like all those things play into factors to having strong attributes, right? And you may be the person that just wants to sit back and be chill. And that's led. Okay. Right. However, you can still carry yourself in a way where you're respected and you're not, people could look up to you, and that's what you should strive for as well. Because I've met many people who wasn't your typical role model. However, they have values and principles that they stood on, which superseded anything else with them. If that makes sense. But
I feel like to be a man is to be selfless. My family comes first. Those around me come first. I try to make sure that people are taken care of. I want to lead, but I also want to make sure that you're comfortable and you're safe. When it comes to me being a man, putting your pride to the side and compromising, nigga, it ain't always got to be your way. Stop being so fucking selfish, especially if you have a significant other or you are in a relationship. Put that woman first, as Jaheim said. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
look at Jaheim now.
I know, but that's a little bit different because I think he got wrapped up in shit he ain't had no business doing.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fact.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not all the time because a relationship is 100-100. It's about compromise.
Right.
But I can honestly say that there have been several occasions where it's just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. It's not that deep to me. Whatever you want, I got you. You got whatever you need. I'm here for you.
I mean, I agree. I do. The only part I don't fully agree with
putting them first.
No, I agree with putting them first, but I don't believe that it should be all the time.
No, not all the time.
I don't believe that I don't think that they should come first before everything. You know, there's always, I feel like there's always time and place when it comes to stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, because then it turns into like, it's one way.
Mm-hmm.
And it can never be one way.
You're constantly feeding and not getting anything back.
And that was a good point I was going to bring up. Like when you're with someone, right, you should be pouring into them positivity, be it motivation, goals, drive. Like, you know, one of my biggest things, y'all know my question. I got this one question I always ask, right? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Right.
And believe it or not, a lot of people just like, they give me different answers, and different answers call for different responses as to how things will go. Right. That is not up to me. That's just how I analyze things. Like I got dreams, aspirations, and goals that I follow daily. You know, I try my best to accomplish them. I would expect the person I'm with to do the same. And that, you know, it just, as a strong man or a man, period, those are something, you know, attributes that people should be looking for and following.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well said, bro.
Yeah, man, you killed that. Look at that. But you know that when you talk about that, it's also, you know, it's a lot that goes into being, you know, a good man. And I don't look at myself as some type of alpha male. I guess I am an alpha male, huh? It's about being a leader, man. Yeah. It's really about being a role model, a mentor type deal. Like you want to be somebody that other motherfuckers will say they're proud of. I said this shit before. What motivates you, right? Last season we talked about what motivates you. What motivates me is the fact of knowing that there are kids that look up to me. My nephews, my daughters, like they look up to me. I am the man to them. You know what I'm saying? And they want to be like me, or they want to make sure that when they get older, they have a man like their dad. You know, you are your daughter's first love. You know, so you should set that example of how she should be treated, how she should carry herself. You know what I'm saying? What she should expect. And if a nigga don't match up to that, then that ain't the man for her. You know. And
there's something that we could talk about too, because I know we touched on it a couple episodes ago. Like women raising boys to be men, right? I'm gonna tell you that is an extremely difficult task. Right? Extremely difficult, because at the end of the day, a man can really only do that, right? Like we talked about, everyone that we named was a father figure or our fathers.
There's some things that a father. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to add. There's some things that a father can teach their son that a woman can't, and that's not. Taking a shot. That's not taking anything from single mothers. Because
shout out to the single moms.
Yeah. Shout out to single moms, because y'all killing it. But yeah, like there are some things that fathers they're the only ones that are capable of showing their son, you know, showing their son about life, and you know, growing up, becoming a man. There's certain things that he can teach his son that a woman just can't do. Right. And it's important for a young man, a young boy, to have some sort of
positive male role model.
Male role model.
So if you are a single mother, get your son out here, get him in some sports or some shit. If you don't got a man in your life, you know what I'm saying. If you don't got a brother that's about something, you know what I'm saying. Get your son around somebody who can help to shape him and teach him these hard life lessons that typically you learn from a father figure, you know, whether it be about the respect, you know what I'm saying, about looking a man in his eyes when he talks to you, about standing up and shaking hands, you know what I'm saying? These certain little keys that, you know, work in the male to male interaction, you know, that shows, I don't know whether it's dominance, mutual respect, whatever you want to call it.
How you carry yourself.
Yeah, there's a
standards.
I mean, a standard.
And there's always and that goes like what you were saying, connection is a big one. Like you're connecting on that level where a mom can't. She just can't reach him. You know, you pull your son aside and you let him know, listen, you know, you always need to make sure you have this, and done. You need to make sure, we were talking about this, we were making jokes of it the other day, like, can you change a tire, nigga? Can you do this? And honestly, not for nothing, those are big things, right? Those are big things. Because if you can't do it, we may be living in like a chivalrous time. We may be going back to that. I get it. Everyone's equal, but there's just some things that you ever heard the term? I need a man around the house. You gotta absolutely. You know, it's just those things that, you know, people have to take pride in. Like, either you don't know it, then learn it, or try to figure it out. But it's always good to understand and know. Okay, this is how I do X, Y, and Z.
You know, like one thing that really grinds the hell out of my gears, bro. Like I swear, like I see this shit and just like, you fuck ass nigga.
You motherfucker.
Is when I pull up to a gas station and there's a woman outside pumping gas and it's a nigga sitting in the car.
Nah, what's wrong with that?
Cause, bro, it's just like
I'm
man,
joking, bro. Damn.
Hey,
If that's my motherfucking opinion.
The nerve of this guy.
Wait, but if that's my opinion, that's my opinion, right?
Yeah, you back it up. That's all you. I'm saying it pisses me off when I see it. I give a damn how you feel.
You
about
gonna
it.
walk over there and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am, do you need me to put the gas?"
And here we go. Okay, great
Boom.
segue.
Good.
Great segue. What you won't do when it comes to shit like that, there's a nigga out there that will.
Facts.
I was an avid side nigga up until, you know what I'm saying? Up until I went to the military. You know what I'm saying?
Doors open.
It went straight like this. Where you slacked at, I picked up at. All of that bullshit you going out chilling with your homies, go do your thing, man. It's okay. They called me Young Goldie Swiper back in the day, my nigga. I could pull another nigga's woman faster than I could get my own. And it was just off the strength of I picked up what they lacked. I was that missing piece. You know what I'm saying? So what you won't do, another person will. If she not getting it from you, you've been faking the funk all this time. Eventually, you gonna lose her, bro. She gonna get swept off her feet, and you gonna be stuck there, sad,
Looking
hurt.
very sad, hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dagger.
No.
Dagger in the heart.
It's yeah.
Stabbing the twist.
Look, I agree, right? I wholeheartedly agree. Now, but what if she's like, I don't need you to pump my gas. I can go out there and do it.
Okay, well that's on her.
Okay. But
That's
you
all
don't know the context.
I don't know the context.
So we
but I'm
should
saying
never
from,
really judge.
from the outside looking
Right.
in. From the outside looking
yes.
It looks bad.
in. You know.
Does it?
But
From the outside looking in, perception is everything, right? Or to
doesn't mean it's the
some
truth.
degree,
Yeah.
Right.
But me being a man, you know what I'm saying, the way I'm going to look at it is if my woman did say that shit, we get into a little spat and she, okay, now you Miss Super Independent, you want to get out, pump the gas. I'm going to pump the gas. Get the fuck back in the car. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I get it. Okay, just chill out, sit in the car, take a breather.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain things like you see your woman struggling, trying to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just sit there and watch her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not take
Yeah.
why not do the heavy lifting for it? You know what I'm saying? And it's little selfless acts like that go a long way.
Facts.
You know, because now she knows for a fact she can depend on you.
Right.
You know, you can be that support system that she needs. And vice versa. They need that masculine energy just like we need that feminine energy. You know?
And another big part of it is like seeing the signs, man. You see the signs early. It may take a month or two before you start seeing them, but you see the signs early. You know, it's funny, right? The other day I was walking, and I was like, big thing with me is like women walking the right side of the street, right? That shit for me is huge. No matter who I'm with, if I'm walking with another female, if I have any type of respect for you, right? You should be walking on the inside of the street. And then people say, oh, you don't have to be all, you know, like I said, chivalry's dead, but it's just like, it's the respect thing, you know? I ain't pimping you, and you ain't hoeing. And even if we're friends, a female should be walking on the inside of the street.
Is that where that come from?
Yeah.
I had no
Motherfucking
clue.
Pimp Chronicles of it. Yeah. I mean, that's one of they say like a cars can mount the curb and hit the
Yeah,
woman.
that's what I was thinking more like.
too.
No,
but I
but
didn't think it was the pimping thing.
It's
That's
the
what I
whole,
told most of
it's
the
like
time.
if you're walking the street and cars drive by, what are they doing? You already, well, not gonna say you. Many men, right? Many men, like 50 said, many men. Many, exactly. You're looking, right? When you're driving and you're looking, and I'm gonna say it, right? I'll be like, damn, and I'll be trying to, you know, it's hard if she's walking with a group of people or she's walking with a dude, right? And I'm not just saying I'm looking at niggas, bitches. I'm just saying, right? If I'm walking, I'm driving.
What it is, nigga. Be proud. Be proud that
we
you
all
want to
got
get some
eyes,
attention.
right?
I'm just saying, if I'm looking, right?
Women do the same thing when if there was
Oh, they
a
do.
see
The
a
meat
guy,
gazing. Yeah, I know.
Dad,
You
a
bitches.
motherfucker come through.
You
with the shirt
bitches.
off.
You bitches. But
Magic Mike motherfuckers come
Right.
through and they like, ooh.
yeah, licking your lips and lollipops and shit like that. We'll
Give
get to that
me
though.
that Magic Mike.
Yo, but no, that concept comes from like, you know, dudes driving or honking, they're looking like, oh, but it's more of respecting, like, I'm not out here advertising my woman or advertising this woman that I'm with. That is why they walk on the inside. Makes sense? They could say the car shit or whatever, you know, all that other stuff, but that's really that's the interpretation that I got from it. And that's not the case. So like little things like that, you'd be surprised how many times I see dudes holding hands with their girl And sometimes Shorty's bad, and they got her walking on the outside, and everybody's just dropped, like looking or staring, and it's just like, damn, you don't know this? Maybe he didn't have a man in his life to tell him,
To
yo,
tell
listen,
him something so small.
move her
as that.
over, bro. She doesn't belong on the outside. Come on, Pippin. And one thing it does get annoying though. When I'm walking, I gotta constantly, we crossing streets, I gotta constantly keep moving and shit.
Yeah.
But whatever, at least like I'm not out here and I'm not
for me,
putting.
And I
becomes
also
like
feel like
second
at this
nature.
point, it's kind of second nature for me to
Facts.
posture myself.
Facts.
We literally just said that at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
Look at
incredible.
that shit.
Damn, look at that.
It's connection.
Yeah,
Same
man.
page, baby. We flipping the
When
motherfucker.
three great minds
That's
come
right.
together, man, I'm telling you,
We are him.
it's very powerful.
We
are
are
him.
him. Oh, we
Look at that.
like that. That's kind of a
Three
bar.
infinity stones coming
But
together.
not only that, open the door, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had this chick one time, bro. Crazy shit. So I go and open the door for her, close the door. I get in the car. It's quiet. We're driving. Shorty starts crying. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? I've never had a man open the door for me. I'm like, damn. I mean, I didn't say that. I was like, wow, really? She's like, yeah.
Moist.
Oh my God, I can't
Oh
believe it.
wow.
I'm like,
Damn,
damn.
man, you touched her.
I did.
Damn.
I did touch her.
Something
Wow, look
so
at that.
simple. We know
Something
you
so
touched
simple.
it. We know you touched it. Something simple.
Something
Simple.
so
So simple.
simple and like so minute
Yeah.
can move a person.
You know,
See
one
that?
thing. One thing that I learned being in this
Wow.
relationship I'm in right now,
Mm.
and coming up as well. But little things hold so much more weight than you would expect them to. You know what I'm saying? For you, it's something little as just as little as fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put this laundry away real quick. But Shorty come upstairs, see that laundry away. It's like,
Yep.
he's so thoughtful. Or stopping to grab Shorty her favorite fucking candy bar on the way home. You stop to get
Yep.
gas. All right, let me go ahead just grab her something real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's
Or clean the kitchen or some shit.
little shit like that, bro.
Yep.
Those small gestures, they go so far, bro.
Facts.
Because it
Women
shows that you
appreciate
care.
that, man.
You know what I'm saying? They
Or your
appreciate the
significant
little
other.
shit.
Yes.
They appreciate the fact of them knowing that you thought about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or your significant other, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Whoever
right.
you're with,
Yeah.
they will appreciate it.
Because
if
even
you-
I appreciate little shit like that. Like, oh,
I do.
look at you. Appreciate it. You brought me a Gatorade today, babe. Did you put that
Oh.
in the freezer for me?
Oh, that's too sweet.
Look at you.
Look at that.
Or you just come home and it's boom, cold beer.
Mm.
Boom, you get to sit down. Here, relax for a little bit. We'll chop it up in a bit.
Yeah.
Right? It's simple shit like that.
Mhm.
Consideration. I tell you, man, it's those type of things that make your relationship stronger.
Absolutely.
Big facts.
Absolutely. It's just showing, that
Consideration.
that you think about
Yeah.
that person, you know?
Right. And these are all things that make good men.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm telling you, those kids are watching. They watching. The baby's watching.
Mm-hmm.
They seeing dad does this. I see
Also,
that.
also understanding how important and vital it is to keep your family intact.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants a broken family.
Facts.
So, there's cases where men just say, back in the day, like men would just
Pick
say,
up and leave.
man, fuck
and
them
go start a
kids.
whole
No,
nother
not
family,
even like
bro.
this. I'm going to go grab cigarettes, never come back.
Right.
Or I'm going to go get some milk, and they just never show up. They just leave with the clothes on their back.
Yep.
That's sucker shit in my opinion, man. That's a horrible way to go out, because not only are you leaving your significant other, but if you got kids and you do that, man, how does
Horrible.
that make you look?
You know some real sucker shit? Is you not watching your fucking kids, nigga.
Mm.
Them yo babies. Even though y'all not together, y'all got separate lives, them yo kids. You
Talking
gotta
to you.
take time to raise
man.
your kids, bro. Mommy got a life too. You got a life. You out here living free willy-nilly, especially if your kids don't live with you, bro. And shout out to my single fathers, bro, because I know a couple of you niggas that's holding it down. Hey, you doing
Facts.
a great
Kudos.
job, bro. You're doing a great
Kudos.
job. But for you bum ass, deadbeat ass niggas who not kicking in, you owe child support, you not helping Shorty with shit. When she asks you to watch the kids, it's a fucking fight, or she gotta pay you to watch your fucking kids.
What?
Like, nigga, you's a sucker, bro.
Yo. You
know
You's a
somebody
whole
I'm,
nigga.
I'm glad that we talking
It's some
about
whole
this.
ass niggas out here, and
You
I'm
know
talking
somebody
to
like
you.
that?
I know a couple.
I know. I actually know one guy that I was in high school with.
Bitter bitch ass nigga.
Yo, I'm not gonna say your name, but I know if you watching this, I'm talking about you, nigga. You know I am.
That's horrible.
So, man, fuck this guy. He's another one of those guys. It's like, yo, you're a piece of crap, dude. Like, how do you? All right, I'll just keep it in a nutshell. This guy, he got his first kid. He had his first kid when he was like maybe 20 years old.
Mhm.
Super happy, super ecstatic. Like, excuse me, telling everybody that he's gonna have a son. And when the baby comes, he does not do anything as far as like being the father figure in this kid's life. He's doing the bare minimum, and the girl, like the mom, is doing everything, breaking her back. He leaves her, I guess, because he just got bored with her and got with another girl, got her pregnant. He ditches he pretty much like left his family and tried to make another family. So got that girl pregnant, had another boy, and just never tried to. Yeah, he just threw him away to go to someone else, and then it was a cycle. He got with another girl. I think he had a girl, so he has 3 kids, and he did the same thing over and over and over again. And this man now has given up his rights on all his kids.
Good. Like
this man giving up. Good. He gave up all his right. Nah, that's not good, man.
It is good.
It is good for the world.
He would probably do more harm to them kids.
For the best interest of the kid, of course. But for you as a person, that looks bad on you.
It doesn't matter.
That looks bad. That looks horrible on you. And for married fathers in general,
right?
That looks bad on that. It makes everybody look bad. Imagine those
not
three girls.
Not me. Not me.
Excuse me. No, not
I know
us.
what you mean. I know what you
mean.
Not
us, but think about what those 3 girls are going through that he loved.
Right, and you know what's funny?
It fucks up their entire psyche on what men are like. Men are dogs.
Not true.
Did his daddy leave him?
Because I was gonna say.
Nah.
I wouldn't even say that. I was gonna say that's not even true, right? Because how do you know?
He in his life.
Hold on. Actually. I would say, listen, everybody has blessings and everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And I know, like we talked about this shit too. Like I know shit doesn't always go as planned, right? But how do we know, right, that him leaving and doing that to all those women, right, and all those kids, they're all siblings too, right? How do we know they don't find a real man? Right, and that stepdad now fills that role as a father and is able to teach those boys and that other child, right, how to carry themselves. Sometimes, right, it doesn't have to be blood to make. You don't have to be blood to be my dad.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to be blood to be family.
That's right. But I get what you're saying.
My point is, it was unnecessary. Like I don't know.
It's just wrong. It's fucked up.
It's wrong.
It's fucked up.
And also a good man has to come and pick up all the pieces that this man
has to come and heal your family.
He has to legit. That's my
mend
point.
the pieces. Right?
He has to, and that takes so much time.
Patience.
Yes, patience. But we're not talking about ordinary patience. We're talking about an extensive amount of patience where, like, most guys don't make it through it because the damage has already been done, and it fucks with the person's mental. Like these girls, they go through it, and they question everything
about themselves. Is it me?
And they're probably already going through insecurity. We all have insecurities with one another, but for this girl to already have these insecurities, and for her man to leave her and their kid, that person you couldn't even get mad at that person if they was to lose faith on men. You know,
I couldn't, but I do believe there's women out there who, you know.
Can you imagine though?
I can't, and I know I wouldn't do some shit like that. You know,
there's no way.
I can't, man. That's not me. But I also know
I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
I know that there's you know, like there's bad, there's good, and I know that they're going through, and that's why we talked about healing. We talked about getting help. We talked about communicating and having your network and circle of friends who can help you get through that. And maybe sometimes you don't even have to understand why this shit happened. You just need to move past it. Because if let's say if I was that woman, right, and that was happening, and I'm letting it affect me to that level to where it's now going to impact my child even more, because now my child see me suffer and worry and stress over it, versus my mom held it down on her own and she did what she needed to, right? And it's a fucked up situation, right? But that outcome could be one of two things. You can either you get the next KD, right, or you just repeat that cycle. Yeah. And the only way to break that is to have good men out there. And I'm not saying go out there and fix the pieces, because I know a lot of stepdads that treat their stepkids better than they treat their actual kids.
Yeah, and that's some sucker shit too, you know. But regardless of the fact, and so I heard somebody say some shit. Dude was like, "Shit, maybe them kids like me better." You ever think about that? Maybe they treat me better. As soon as I come in, hey, daddy, give me hugs and kisses. When I see my own kids, they look at me like this old fuck ass nigga. Here he goes. You know. So
I seen that shit too.
Get it together, dad.
You know,
it's like walk right over him.
Yep.
You know, so that's a give and take there. But at the same time, I look at, you know, when it comes to men like that guy that you're talking about, like I lose all respect for you. There's nothing to talk about. And other men, you know, who don't step up and become more burdenous than they do anything else. Like I'm quick to judge a man. I'm not even I ain't even gonna front. I say and act like I don't judge people, but you know, in some aspects, when you see somebody and see their character for so long, you can't help but to say like, I have no respect for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I gauge him.
And it's just like a man like that, you don't deserve respect. You's a whole ass nigga, bro. Like you gonna be a bitch to the day you die. That's the way I look at it.
Damn.
It is what it is.
Say how you feel.
It is what it is.
That's the nature of the beast, man.
And that's the path you chose. Ain't nobody make you be a bitch ass nigga. Right. You did that on your own. So own it. You suck ass nigga.
You can definitely change that by today. Right? Starting to change and change your ways. And if you feel like I may be lacking, that's fine,
Step
bro.
up. It's okay.
Honesty is a big part of it. But
you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yes.
First and foremost, you gotta be honest with yourself, because if you're not, who the hell's gonna believe in you?
As Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror and I'm asking him to change his fucking ways. Right? So when you look at that man in the mirror, when you look in the mirror, are you happy with the man you see? If you're not, then make a move to change. Because if you sit here and just sulk in it, or you just like, fuck it, I'm going to lean into this shit, then you lean into it and do what you got to do. But that's not going to help earn no respect. That ain't going to help you to be a better man. That's not going to help people to look at you like, oh, that's somebody I trust, somebody I know I can depend on. You're going to be a fucking burden. You're going to be a leech, an energy leech. Nobody's going to want you around.
A parasite.
A fucking parasite. So step up and be the man that you should be. It don't take a lot, man. A little bit of effort goes a long way. You ain't got to switch up and be super nigga tomorrow. But, you know, you take small steps here or there. You know what I'm saying? To get your ass up off your feet if you want to compete. And fucking beat the concrete. God damn it. That's the way it is.
Facts.
Woo.
Well, man, he was preaching, man.
Good Lord, man. My blood pressure high talking to these niggas, man. Blood pressure high.
If you got responsibilities, man, please just uphold them. Please. Because walking away from them, hiding away from them, it's not gonna. They're still gonna be there,
right?
You know, and especially with men with kids, you're not gonna feel that shit until the kids get older. It always comes back around. Life's a full circle, and the worst feeling that you could ever have is your kids growing up and coming at you saying, "Why weren't you there?"
Or your kids growing up and they just don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah, that too.
You know, the people around you that you had an impact on, they all say, I'm not dealing with that nigga for what?
Right.
That's going to be you if you don't get your shit together.
Facts.
But anyway,
I think we
touched on that.
We hit that bad boy, man. We beat that horse. I hope you niggas out there listening, they need to change your ways. Please go out there and change your fucking ways.
Step up.
It ain't too late.
Step up.
It's not too late. Step up. Be a man.
Be the man you need to be, motherfucker.
Right.
Stop being a bitch.
Be the man your daddy should have been.
It's hard. It's hard. Damn.
God.
Shots fired.
Getting them.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Again, we appreciate you guys coming back.
Love you guys, man.
And we appreciate you guys coming and soaking up some of this good gospel. I bet you a couple women was reading this, taking notes so they could pass us off to the nigga that don't like us.
He don't want to get up in the morning, girl. I got you.
That's okay. That's
anyway,
all right.
Like always, please like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you listen to podcasts.
All streaming platforms, all social media platforms.
That's right.
We're not on TikTok yet, but we will be soon.
I don't know about that shit. Who running
that? You can monitor that shit. You can be on TikTok, nigga.
Whoa, type ass nigga. Hey, much love to y'all. This was saying how you feel.
Oh God.
Peace and much love to y'all.
Peace, y'all.
We might jump in the TikTok, but hey, that's TBA to be announced.
Peace.
God damn it. Peace.